Okay, well, I thought I was thinking about the last video, not the last video, Hank, but the Gamaku discussion, and I actually participated in the 100 Kata Karate no Hi challenge the other day, and I was going through the Kata, and I thought, you know, there's got to be a better explanation for Gamaku, and maybe I could explain it in Kata a little bit, and then try to relate that to other types of training. But when you do kata, you also, I mean, that's for the foundations of learning to connect this and this, your upper body and your lower body, and of course this Gamaku here is how we connect those things and generate power. So I see a lot of folks that do kata and they look great, but I think sometimes they miss this idea of connecting front and bottom and really making a solid connection between what your hands or your feet are doing, either way. And without one, you don't really have the other. So I thought maybe I'd explain it in kata a little bit. Let me explain kind of bad examples a little bit, and then tell you what I feel. And again, this isn't, don't you do it the way you're taught, but this is just the way I kind of view it. A lot of times in kata, we have this kind of a technique here where we step out and we block. I see this a lot of times. This back leg fading out here. The hips are kind of leaking out here, and the hand is kind of out here. And a lot of times there's really deep stance involved, right? Like this. And what we don't have is connection between this, because all this is kind of leaking out this way, and this, because this is right in here. When you do kata, what I like to see is, as I step out, I want to see a connection between this hip, this foot should rotate, this hip, this portion of your body rotating in, and it locks here. So you have a connection between the technique. And then when you come out of this technique, take Pasai Sho, for example, you stepping out, this hip not here, but here, and then the next technique, you should see this drive and this foot follow so that you have a strong stance here. The next technique here, and then again as I step forward, I should see is this here connect my hips coming through with this technique moving in this fashion. Same thing on the other side. Here. This Gamaku is what puts that together. Another way of looking at Pasai Sho and to kind of test yourself is you come out here, you have this initial stance here, and then when you turn, I see a lot of people kind of go here, and then they stand up, and this is about all we get, and then they sit right back down and do this block. What I like to see, and if I look for, say, Gamaku, is as this comes around, there's a connection here. This hip is all the way here. I have my stance is here, it's firm. This way, and then this hip snaps right back around this way. That's this part of your body activating to connect what your feet are doing, spinning, driving, to what your hands are doing. Oizaki, I see this a lot. A lunging punch where I'm going to take a nice big step with my left foot, nice big step with my right foot, and then I'm going to just kind of stand here with my hips kind of floating back here. Instead of connecting all of it and driving this way. If I connect them, then I'm going to feel tension here. I'm going to try this on the heavy bag real quick to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Basic way of learning a punch is very simple. Step one, bring your feet up, and then throw the punch. Of course, what that results in is a loss of this body mass behind the punch. I want to move this back just here. And so that lunging effect is lost, right? I'm going to come in here, I'm going to go one, now all this momentum is lost, and now I'm going to shoot this hand out. What I like to see is something that connects the lower body with the upper body. And so it looks a little more like this, where my foot is driving, my hips are driving forward, my hand is loose until the moment it impacts, and now I drive. So a basic 1, 2, that was great in kata, or see a lot in kata, it's like this big 1, 2, 3, 4, we're here, so we're going to drive in and connect this whole mechanism here from the feet all the way up to here. Okay? So those are some of the things I look for in kata. There's 1,000 examples I could pull out, and but if you look in the mirror and really critique yourself, I think you'll find some opportunities maybe to refine your body mechanics as you think about how this part of your body connects your feet, what your feet are doing, and what your arms are doing, and I think you'll find that you'll have more power, you'll feel more connected, you'll have better balance, better speed. All those things will kind of come together a little better for you in practice. All right, that's it for today.